stinks. Mm-hmm. It stinks. But look, we know why they're here, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, let's get into it. Let's give them what they're asking for. Go right in to the first game of the weekend, the AFC Championship game, the Bengals and the Chiefs. And Kate, you were telling me on Twitter they want us all to be Bengals fans.
Oh my gosh, it's all Bengals. Everyone should be Bengals fans today. Here's your Bengals fans sign-up sheet. It's crazy over there right now. Everybody's Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, McPherson. It's no love for the Chiefs, the Rams, or the 49ers. None.
No.
Everyone's on the Bengals bandwagon.
Exactly. Hey, Sid, like your wife said so eloquently, the world is cheering for the Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
For the Bengals. I mean, let's break this thing down. We all know the Chiefs been there 4 times in a row to the AFC Championship. They won it twice. The last time they lost, they complained about the overtime rules. They're back here again.
Because of the overtime rules.
Because of the overtime. Exactly. I mean, Sid, what are we thinking about this one, man? Like, is this clear-cut Chiefs or?
This one, I mean, most people think that because of how bad the Bengals offensive line played last week and how the Chiefs can just turn it on at any time. And the Bengals don't have the best defense, so not being able to stop Mahomes is going to be one of the big question marks of this game, is how the Bengals can do that. And also the Chiefs defense has been playing outstanding since like week 6 or 7 when they finally they flipped the switch, and they've been playing lights out. So if they can get that pressure just like the Titans did and Joe Burrow gets sacked 9 times again, I'm not sure how I can see the Bengals winning. But the Bengals beat the Chiefs in the regular season, so I mean that's what's giving everybody hope. So I think it's gonna be a great game. I'm super excited for it though. Should be fireworks either way.
Oh, I can't wait. And Dylan, like he alluded to, man, look, we cannot overlook that in the Titans game, the Bengals, Joe Burrow got sacked 9 times.
Yeah.
You know, we cannot overlook that. I mean, we're glad they're in this spot. They haven't been in the spot since 1988, but in 1988, they did go on to the Super Bowl. Dylan, what are their chances, man?
So yeah, Chris Jones probably gonna have a massive game because their interior of their offensive line is especially bad. Their left tackle is pretty good. The right tackle is awful, but the interior of the line somehow gets to be worse than awful. But yeah, Joe Burrow got hurt like halfway through the game, still played like in the Chiefs regular season game, still played. Mixon got hurt then too, so they were very banged up during that game. They still won off of a lot of penalties, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember this penalty.
And a crazy end of the game.
Yeah.
You know, right at the goal line, how many chances, you know, like you talk about those penalties late over and over, and then that guy McPherson kicked the game winner. You know what I mean? Yeah. So is this going to be the same situation, Dylan?
I just remember the Chiefs. They do this a lot. So they do this like the Raiders, like the Thursday night game, penalty. Mm-hmm. Crabtree caught a touchdown. Mm-hmm. The Chiefs need to be more disciplined at the 1-yard line. And I at the beginning of the playoffs, I had Bengals going to the Super Bowl, so I'm going to stick by it and choose the Bengals.
I like that. Now, Katie, we know, and if you guys do not know, our girl Katie is one of the hosts of the newest star-studded show that is Let's Talk Football Ladies Takeover, and you have coined a little nickname for this guy. What's your nickname for Joe Burrow?
Joey B.
There we go. This is cigar smoker.
And because he smokes a cigar, I've kind of started coining him Mr. Smoky Smooth.
Ooh, I like that one. I like that.
Because he's really smooth, like in his interviews, his swagger. Like I was telling Sean today over chat, he kind of is like got this swagger in this like wardrobe right now of like a Deion Sanders. He's really coming with like the I'm all that. But yeah, I do adore Mr. Joey B. I tell the girls like he's my cougar crush, you know. So, but anyway, that being said, as much as I want Mr. Smoky Smooth to win, I picked the Chiefs on my show. So on the ladies' show, I just think Mahomes is too poised right now, beating that massive piece of magic, as Janae has called him. And with all they brought to the Bills in the last game, even though it went into overtime, I just think that the Bengals offensive line is not going to be in Joey B's favor today. Mm-hmm. But I do love Joey B. Like, if Tom retires, get me a number 9 jersey with Bengals colors on it, and I'll start rocking him and cheering for him and everything else. But they need to get him a good O-line first, I think, before it's going to get to a point where we can definitely talk Super Bowl contention for the Bengals, because he got sacked 9 times. Yeah. That Kansas City defense, I think, will be coming for him today and will add to the sack total for him today. I don't know how that offensive line is going to protect him, unfortunately. But so, and we all saw what Tyreek Hill did in that last game.
Right.
He uses the word cheetah in all of his Instagram and Twitter and everything else, and so he's so fast and so dominant when he is on fire. And Kelsey is their secret weapon. He can play quarterback when needed. I mean, they just have so many weapons. It'll be interesting to see what they can do if Joey B can get it to Jamar Chase and whatever. Is it going to be a game of McPherson out there kicking field goals all day? We'll see.
That's it. That definitely could happen, and I'm glad you brought up the Chiefs, Sid, because or Katie, I'm glad you brought up the Chiefs, but I'm coming to you, Sid, because I think like Katie was talking about how Twitter has taken over this whole Joey B and Bengals bandwagon, but we cannot forget the Chiefs have been here for the last 4 years. Katie, you called this man Baby Goat. Sid,
yeah.
Are we overlooking this? Is this going to be a blowout?
I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I don't think the Bengals are going to win this game. I think it's going to be a good game, but the Chiefs, like you said, they've been to 4 straight. They've been to 2 Super Bowls in a row. And they're just so talented, so fast. They got weapons all over, and their defense has been playing outstanding. And everybody knows, has been watching the NFL for a long time, what wins in the playoffs? Defense, and if you can run the ball. Now, neither of these teams, I would say, I'd lead in the Bengals' way for a run game, but the defense is the Chiefs. So the Chiefs is just a much better defense, and the Bengals' O-line is just not there. And I said this, I think maybe on another show, or maybe I was talking to David, but the Bengals remind me of they're just a young, flashy franchise. Mm-hmm. So when I look at all these young quarterbacks, the Herberts, the Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joey B, they're all studs, and I think they're going to do great. But I'm hard pressed to put Joey as the guy that's going to get a Super Bowl over those guys because of his franchise, not because of his talent. Because I know everybody loves Jamar Chase, and that was a great pick, and he's definitely helped them win this year. But offensive line was the pick for them. I get that Jamar Chase was a great play. He's a great player. Don't get me wrong. He's a generational talent. I love him, but as a franchise, you need to take an offensive lineman there. You're not going to win anything because your offensive line is that bad. I don't care how good your quarterback and your receivers are. There's never been a receiver that carries a team to a Super Bowl. There's been offensive line that can carry a team to a Super Bowl. So and that's why I think the Bengals will struggle, because I don't think their franchise knows what to do. Obviously, they have a long-standing not making the right decision. Even if they somehow win this game against the Chiefs, the defenses on the 2 NFC teams that are left, the Niners and the Rams, they will eat that line up.
Yes.
They won't have a chance against either of those.
They're going to double team Aaron Donald if they have.
Right.
Exactly. And then you double Aaron Donald, and then you got Leonard Floyd and Von Miller on the outside.
On the edge.
Come on.
Yeah.
It's going to be block everyone but Jamar Chase.
Right. They're going to have a hard time. So I love that everybody's on the Bengals. They're the hot, flashy team. They look great. There's a lot of talent on the outside, but football's won in the trenches, and they don't really got it on either side right now. And that's why I can't pick them.
No, absolutely. And look, Dylan, like I said, this is something that it's crazy, because like Sid was saying, the Bengals are the new shiny toy. They're the new thing that comes out, and everybody's excited about them. But one of the things I've been touting all year is muscle memory. Everybody talked about it. The Chiefs have been terrible early in the year, barely beating this team, barely beating that. But when they needed to turn it on, they turned it on. And in the playoffs, they know how to get it done late. They feel calm in the pressure. But can they keep this up, Dylan? And are there any injuries that we need to be worried about?
What I will say is the one bad part about the Chiefs game last was Gabriel Davis went like 180-something yards, 4 touchdowns.
201. 201.
He made the corner fall on his face. Because Jarius Sneed locked down Diggs like the whole game. Yep. But they're like Mike Hughes. He was a former first-round pick by the Vikings. I remember him rumored to go to the Packers. I'm so glad we didn't draft him. He is awful. He got put on his face. They have like DeAndre Baker, who is also not very good. Also another first-round pick that got cut for other reasons. But they don't have a second corner for their team. And they have the Bengals. They have 3 great receivers. They have Boyd, Higgins, Chase. So I think that's the way to win, is just to throw it to them. And also Tyrann Mathieu has the concussion, questionable. I think he's playing though. I think they just have to mark him as questionable because he hasn't passed it yet. But yeah, and that's pretty much the only injury that's big.
That should be very interesting to see how that thing plays out, especially with Tyrann Mathieu, because the Honey Badger is a ball hawk. He just has his instincts are for this game, so it'd be interesting to see how how that gets it. So I'm gonna go real quick around the board. Give me your pick. What do you think the score was going to be? Katie, I'll start with you. Chiefs or Bengals will score?
I'm saying Chiefs 45-21.
Ooh, okay. Sid, what you got, man?
I think it's going to be Chiefs, but I'm going to go 34-28.
Okay, I like that. Dylan, what you got, man?
I'm going to take Bengals 37-31.
Hey, you know what? Hey, Dylan. And you haven't done me wrong yet. Well, actually, you have.
I chose the Packers to win the Super Bowl.
Right. You have. So, but I am going to go with you, Dylan. I think Joey B is going to will his team. I definitely agree, Sid, that the pick was to get an O-lineman. And Penei Sewell would have been the guy that they got. He has been, stabilizing that Lions line. But Jamar Chase, they took a gamble, and it paid off. They're in the AFC Championship. And I'm going to say, hey, the way he is, Joey Cool, I got to take him, man. I got to take Bengals, and I'm saying 31-28. I'm saying it goes to overtime, and we're still talking about that whole overtime conversation after this game. I want to go into some of these comments. Kyle Yacy is in the comments saying a few hot takes to talk about. NFC shakeup with Brady gone. We will talk about Brady because we don't know if he's gone yet. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. And that will be interesting because do your Falcons take over? Maybe.
The AFC South now looks like the worst division of football.
Yeah,
right.
instantly. Instantly, they're so bad.
You see how we moved up? The East, we moved up a little bit.
NFC is not least anymore.
Right. Washington will battle Philly for the first and next year of the division. Oh, I like that.
I don't think I agree with that at all.
Yeah. Dallas is still amazing. Let's be honest. New name, yeah. And Bengals next season.
Did you just say something nice about the Cowboys?
Listen. Okay.
Well, yeah, Dallas is going to win the division and lose in the first round of the playoffs.
Thank you.
That's what they do.
Right. Wait, let me finish. They'll get to the playoffs. They might win the division because we still got some things we got to work on. But we already know how Dallas is going to do. Janae, I hope you're here. Ash, I hope you're here because Dallas is going to lose because they don't have 14 seconds. Let's go.
Oh, but do you know how you were talking about the draft with the Bengals real quick? Yeah. Remember, Jamar Chase and Joey B were teammates at LSU.
Very
so
true.
there's that
I think
connection
Joe Burrow
there.
was really lobbying for Jamar Chase to say.
He definitely was.
Oh, yeah.
So
and you know what?
He shot himself in the foot by not.
Yeah, so it's Burrow's fault that he gets hit 100 times a game now.
Right. But and see that, and that's the thing. That seems to be the trend now. You got Tua and Waddell in Miami. You got Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith in Philly. You got these two guys over here. It seems to be a trend. Get your main guy in spite of maybe the O-line because, that is something we've all talked about. And you said it. They played before. They figured out a way. And let's remember, Jamar Chase had 266 yards receiving in that game.
Yes, he did.
he had some receptions where he caught it on a slant, and the safety in the corner had an angle.
And
he just went
back to went. Oh,
right.
That was Jamar Chase's game. He had like nearly 300 yards, wasn't it? Like
yes.
63.
Yeah, he balled out in that game. So, I mean, hey, look, and the playoffs is a different animal. And obviously, for a chance to go to the Super Bowl, it's definitely a different beast. So we'll see what plays out. But yeah, I think we're split. 2 for Chiefs, 2 for Bengals. But I think the Bengals have stolen our hearts. What's going on, Wendy? Another Packers fan said the Rams and the Chiefs for the Super Bowl. Okay.
I think that'd be the most exciting Super Bowl for sure.
I agree.
I agree. Let's remember, what was it, 2-3 years ago? The game of the year, the Rams and the Chiefs, when it was, what, like
55, 51?
Yeah, it was a huge
insane
game. So if we get that for the Super Bowl, I'm all about it.
We haven't had a good Super Bowl in like a couple of years, 4 years maybe.
Right.
I think last good one was 52.
The
really good one.
Eagles
one.
Patriots, Because let's remember the last time that the Rams were in the Super Bowl, they only put up 3 points.
3 points.
Yeah. And that was golf. And again, Gurley in that team, Robert Woods. They had Brandon Cooks in that team.
Cooper Kupp still.
It was
just a goofball, Jared Goff.
Right. And that happened. So we shall